Choosing the right real estate attorney in a real estate transaction is very important because of the complexity of the transactions, particularly in New York State and more so in New York City. Contracts are intended to be drafted and reviewed by an attorney. They're not the kinds of things that lay people should be expected to understand, and therefore it's very important that you secure a good attorney as early in the transaction as you possibly can. You always want to select an attorney who has experience with real estate, has closed deals before, and you feel comfortable with, because there's a trust relationship between yourself as a buyer or seller and the attorney, and that carries all the way through from the moment that you retain the attorney all the way through till the closing, and sometimes even beyond. The attorney can get involved in the process really at any time up to and including the execution of the contract of sale. Certainly you would not want to retain an attorney anytime after the execution of the contract, because you need the attorney for the contract and to review the contract with you. However, you can retain an attorney sooner than that. You can retain an attorney really at any point beyond which you have entered into arrangements or negotiations with a buyer or seller, and you're ready to proceed. You may have questions going forward before you even enter into the contract, so you want to get an attorney on your side as quickly as you possibly can. Real estate transaction, it begins with the contract. From the lawyer's point of view, it begins with the contract of sale and it ends with the closing. In between, you have several very important things that are taking place. One typically is the mortgage part of the transaction, where the purchaser is looking to obtain financing in order to make this deal happen. So beyond the contract of sale, you have the mortgage contingency. Then beyond that, you have the title report. You have an important role for the attorney to play in order to determine that there are no liens, no judgments, no issues that will prevent you from obtaining insurable, marketable title to the property. So really the four major components for the attorney are the contract, the mortgage, the title, and the closing. A tip that I can give any prospective purchaser is to ask around, ask questions. If you're not sure which way to go and you know that you need an attorney, it might make sense to ask the people that you're dealing with. So if you're working with a particular realtor like Bronx Experts Realty, you might want to ask, well, who do you recommend? Who can you refer us to who will look after our needs, take care of us, and make sure that this transaction goes smoothly?